Welcome to another episode of Don't You Have Something Better to Do? I am your wonderful, vivacious, and amazing host, Chris Donley. ChrisDonleyMusic.com. Got links to everything I've done musically, so check that out. I put up every single release I've ever done up on my personal Bandcamp, so you can get that whole entire library for 30% off right now. I think 30%, 35% off, because it's a lot. It's a friggin' lot, but it's all amazing. Today, my guest is my old pal, Mr. Randy Riddle, from Detroit bands such as Alter Ego Rehab, Cell 85, and more. He's been a friend for, I don't even know, 25 years, maybe. We've swapped shows, had a lot of fun, brought him down, his band's down here. We played up there with him. And it's just been he's always been there for me. I've tried to support him in all his musical ventures as well. Riddle me this. Nice. My boy. Where are you at, Randy? There he is.
What's up?
What's up, buddy? You hear me?
What are you in the gym?
No, it's my house, my studio.
It's just
How are you, pal?
good. How you doing?
I'm good, man.
What's
Do
going
me
on?
nothing, man. Thanks for spending a little time with me. It's been too long.
Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to think the last time I saw you.
Whew, it's been a minute.
Like
Definitely
ten,
been
like in person, like 10 years ago, maybe.
has it been that long?
I don't know.
Damn, crazy. So you're in the studio right now. Do me a favor and tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Oh, my
And
name is Randy Riddle. I sing in a band called Alter Ego Rehab, and we play Americana kind of rock music, and we play throughout Michigan. I live up north in Sheboygan, Michigan, which is by Mackinac Island. And so we play up there, and we play right now. I'm downstate, Metro Detroit, so we play shows down here too. And I'm friends with Chris. I don't know.
I don't know
Most
why.
importantly, so I tell everybody, I'm friends with Chris Donnelly. You know, like
Whatever.
there was actually people from my island that knew you. That's how
Really?
famous. Yeah, that's how they went to school with you or something. They went to Lakewood or something.
What?
Yeah.
Do you remember who it was?
Jay Bugley.
Oh yeah, I remember Jay. No way.
Yeah. So I went to the most remote part of Michigan, and they were like, "Yes, we know Chris Donnelly." I was like, "Dude, I'm telling you."
What were you doing writing like, Chris Donnelly sucks on the bathroom wall or
I was, and
something?
they're like, "You know him too?" And I was like, "Yeah." He like high fived me, and
You guys
we were good.
draw dicks on all the H's and
Yeah.
I's and stuff.
Chris loves good time
That's
call.
awesome. That's crazy, man. Yeah, man. It's like trying to even think what was the first time we met, man? I mean, it
I
had to have been
know.
25
I
years
remember when
ago.
our eyes locked. No, no, it was like you were playing at, I was in the corner. No, you were playing at the IROC in Detroit
Okay.
with Sindust.
Right.
And I was in that band, Cell
Cell
85 at the
85.
time. I
Right.
played bass. And yeah, then I think we traded some shows back then. That was like 2001 or something.
Yeah, man. That's what I was
And
trying to
then,
remember, like what year it was. Like,
yeah,
because after Cell 85, you had Core Effect,
right, right.
and
The core effect. And then
you guys released what? Like,
I think six was
was it six?
yeah, it was just, we'd add a new member and then write a new album, and old members would come back and we'd write another
Right.
album. It's like a revolving door. And then I moved up north like 5 years ago to an island. Then my kids wanted to go to a, a bigger school. So we got a house on the mainland. Long story short, some stuff happened and got divorced. And then I started a new project with my friend Kevin. He recorded us for all the core effects songs, and we went to the island to record it, and it was just kind of like island is sweet. Like it's kind of the best kept secret
Is
until
it
this
is it
pod until
is
this
it
podcast.
is it is it like mellow, or is it actually like
Yeah,
kind of a
there's not
party atmosphere?
no, it's not a it's you hear waves and wind,
Nice to
and
get
that
away,
yeah,
like
there's
literally just mellow out.
yeah, even my dogs like it better because there's no city noise, right? Because
Right,
their ears are like 1,000 times better than ours.
right,
But
right.
yeah, they're all pieced out when they go to the island.
Are you doing
Um,
that festival anymore, or you did it
I
what,
did,
2 years?
yeah, I did it. Yeah, that was, and then there's problems with scheduling with there's a county fair. So it's a lot of work.
Well, I feel you, man. Even just putting on a regular show, man. Most people don't realize how much crap you
Yeah,
got to do.
there's porta johns, there's vendors, there's food trucks, there's, you
Insurance,
know, well, yeah,
police, probably you got to
yeah,
hire.
and everything worked out for the festival that we did on the island. It was cool. It was like a kind of a there was 400 people in 2 days. They could camp out if they want, and they had shuttles going from the dock to the. Um, it was a bed and breakfast on the island called. Adam's gonna kill me. Um, the Hideaway.
I'll edit it to make it.
Yeah.
All right, now do it again. Just be like, there's a
Well, we
really
went to this
awesome.
bed and breakfast called the Hideaway. You don't have to edit it. You'll find it funny. But he's got a big open deck, and he played to this field, so it was cool. But yeah, the island is where I can write stuff and not be distracted, and I think everybody needs that. Like when I come downstate now, I feel like I'm going to New York City. It's just like, and this is just what you're born into, right?
Right.
It's just you don't know any different. It's just this high frequency all the time,
Yeah.
this manic thing of we gotta get there. We gotta, we moved like during COVID, so that was great. Like that
Oh,
was
you
just
did.
like you guys are crazy. We're
Right.
we're going over here.
Right.
Get
Because
the
it's
binoculars out.
is
Is
it
it safe yet?
right? Because it's like what, 6 hours from me, probably
Um,
from Cleveland.
how far are you from Detroit? 2 hours?
Three, two and a
Oh,
half,
three.
three.
Yeah, so then it's another four from here.
Okay. I don't know,
Um,
man. I got to make it up there sometime. I know we were trying to work it out that first festival, but I was already booked. I had a contract show that I couldn't get out of, but
yeah, yeah.
I
No,
don't know.
there'll be other things, But yeah, so we recorded a bunch of songs, and then we were like releasing either videos or songs, and it's got a weird. I don't know. We're playing this show next week in Alanson. Um, it's up north, but I was just thinking about like we got an hour to play, and then we're doing originals and covers. Um, but we have like we're playing Johnny Cash, David Bowie, John Prine, and
Wow.
Soundgarden. Like
Nice. That's awesome. But that's cool that you're kind of all over the place, because there's probably so many people that have the same type of
well,
musical, you
well, yeah,
know.
you get those people that say, "Well, I listen to everything." Well, why don't you play everything?
Right.
You know,
Yeah, I always wondered, is that like the easy way out to say like what your favorite bands are? No, they actually do really listen to everything. So
right,
here's everything.
right, exactly. Do you know who John Prine is?
He just died like a couple years ago.
Yeah, I think he died like right before COVID, like the month before.
I think you're right, yeah. Which song do you play?
Um, Angel from Montgomery. We just learned it.
Okay.
I didn't know he wrote that song, but he was like, Johnny Cash's favorite songwriter.
Right.
Um, but he's got just a lot of great songs.
Hmm.
And my neighbor recently, I knew of John Prine, but I didn't know him. But he's got this song, Sam Stone. That'll bring you to tears, man. It's like just him and an acoustic. He's like the country Bob Dylan, you
Right.
know.
What did you grow up on? Like music, like what were your top five bands when you were like growing up?
Oh, growing up. When I was like up until I was like 18, I thought I was gonna be a rapper. So I was like,
Really?
gangster rap, and
Okay.
um I liked Ice-T, Ice Cube, um, NWA, you know,
Hmm.
it was just funny. But then I discovered the Chili Peppers. My cousin turned me on to the Chili Peppers, and that's when just
Flea took over because.
blood sugar, sex. Well, it's blood sugar, sex magic. When that changed everything.
Mhm.
Um, so it's like, wow, that's a whole album you can listen to beginning to end. You
It's
know?
I've mentioned before, like that snare drum is like one of my favorite snare drums ever. I know that
Oh
sounds
yeah.
weird, but like the production on that album is just
Or do you ever see
it's
when they're in like that little
in the
cellar
mansion.
thing, and it was like for breaking the girl, and he's got a
Hmm.
break drum, and they got like this big stack thing, and it's just like the ding 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 ding, and then like boom boom boom
Yeah,
boom,
they're just like smashing like trash cans
Yeah,
and everything
yeah,
together. Yeah, man, I love that type of
and
like experimental sound stuff too, you know.
that house, that's
It
where
was
System of a Down recorded,
right.
because well, it's Rick Rubin, but it was like Harry Houdini's house or something, and it's
It was
haunted, and
something haunted or something, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, man. What was your favorite song off that album?
Off that one, uh, probably well, just because of the bass solo, "Naked in the Rain."
Okay.
Um, that I don't know, it's so good. The whole thing is good. I wish they could still write like that, you know.
Agreed. I can't.
But it's like, do we expect too much out of people? You know, it's like,
Yeah.
well, they're not gonna hit that every time.
Well, the funny thing is too, when you think about it, it was probably so instrumental and like kind of groundbreaking because they were dumb kids and they were brave enough to try
Right,
like that weird stuff. Like, they're not gonna write lyrics like Sir Psycho Sexy
right,
now, you know what I mean? I don't
right.
think. But
No, no, it's about hippopotamus and
California.
California.
Yeah, man, that's crazy, dude. What
But
else?
then that
How did you get into the heavier rock though?
it was, you
Like
know, it went to the grunge thing. It was Nirvana,
okay,
Pearl Jam. And I liked Pearl Jam because of his storytelling
okay.
ability, you know. And again, that's another band that's in the same boat as the Chili Peppers. Like, I don't know who you are, man. I
Right.
used to know what happened.
Well, like the
Um,
first two Pearl Jam albums, I think are both masterpieces, you know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
And then Vitalogy had like five good songs. And then after that, I'm just kind of like, eh.
right.
But I don't know. I still love the way they've done their
Yeah,
career,
it's like, you having your friend. Do you like everything that comes out of your friend's mouth? You know? Yeah,
Right.
they're still your friend,
Yeah, they
You
just got
still had good times.
right.
It's been kind of a lately, but
You still can always find the good in their idiocy.
right, they're good at heart.
So what would you say are your top five bands of all time then? Or five or
All
groups
all time
that you
Johnny
never
Cash.
get sick of?
Oh, I could listen to Johnny Cash 24/7. And let's see what else. Obviously, well, Pearl Jam, Beatles, um, Queen. Um, it's all over the map, you know. I
I
would
think
say,
that's what makes you you though, right?
obviously Zeppelin and stuff. And I you know what I like, why reasons why I do like the internet, and there's not many, but um, to listen to isolated tracks.
That's cool.
You can go back to, Beatles stuff, even just to learn something,
Right.
or whatever. But when you listen back to those old Zeppelin tracks and everything, like there were so many mistakes in there. I mean, just like stuff that's buried. People are talking.
Hmm.
You listen to a "Fool in the Rain" drum track, and he's talking. Through the whole thing. And I think, now, not to say music sucks now, but I think the whole copy and paste thing is just subconsciously boring people.
I
You, you
agree.
know, you know what I mean? Because you would listen for those little nuances or whatever. Uh, Aerosmith, the Love It, no, Sweet Emotion, that whole Viper
Yeah,
Flat.
I saw that one. I saw that where we
Yeah,
talked about how It,
And then the fourth one it broke,
right,
and that's the song.
right.
And he had a packet of sugar, and he was just
I kind of agree, dude, because like the imperfections made it perfect to in a weird way because it was real. Like
right.
everything's just safe now. I mean, not everything. I'm not gonna be that guy and say everything's safe because there is a lot of cool stuff coming out, I think. But you're
Like
right, and it's not just about being like getting older and saying, "Rah, new stuff sucks." I mean, it's kind of what they had to work with too, don't you think? Like,
yeah, they had to be on their game and
right.
everything. And like the Heartbreaker and the Zeppelin solo, that pause that's in there, and that pause is only in there because there was a new guy running tape that day, and he didn't know how to pick up right at that point. And so
Hmm.
and Jimmy Page was just like, just leave it, you know. And how many bands, cover bands, have mimicked all those little mistakes,
Right.
you know,
But
when it wasn't meant to be.
it was though, because it's
Right.
like, you know what I mean? That's what's crazy
Well,
about
that's
it.
what makes it human, though, right?
Well,
I don't want perfection. I want to feel something, you
I
know.
agree. That's what art's supposed to do, but I don't know. It's
It
definitely
it's the, it's got to be your connection to the crowd, to your audience, you know. And
how
it's got
much
you have to feel it, or else it's fake,
how
you
much
know.
better were those musicians like back then too, do you think?
Oh, they had to
Like,
be great,
you know what I mean? Because they'd have to do that song 50 times in a day,
right?
and then they would pick the best. I mean, it's no wonder everybody was on drugs back then. Because like listening to the same song 50 times in a day to pick
Right.
which
Oh
one.
yeah.
Oh man, I that would drive me crazy.
Like the Beatles, "Happiness Is a Warm Gun." Like that, it sounds like three different songs, but it was, take 53 of the first one,
Right.
24 of that second part, 36 of whatever. And that was just splicing tape back then, you know.
And that's it'd be curious to see like what groups and what singers and everybody actually were playing to a metronome of some sort, because a lot
Right.
of it was feel from what I've gathered.
Right.
But
And there was all the bleed through each other's mics and,
headphones and
had,
yeah. What studio are you recording at right now?
this is the sound shop in Macomb, Michigan. We're practicing. We practiced last night and tonight. We're just running through the sets.
The show is
Um,
when?
Next Saturday in Lansing. We're opening for this guy, Chase Wright is his name. He's a country artist. I think he's from Nashville. Um, I could be totally wrong on that.
Well, how about this? You shoot me the details. If
Yeah.
I get this one edited and done in time, I'll put it out on
Okay.
Tuesday
Okay.
and hopefully plug it for you. So just send me that info and we'll put that in. Like who's your number one if you had to pick your desert island group or Johnny Cash?
Oh, for sure. For
Okay.
sure. It reminds me a lot of my dad. And it was just that was the music playing in the garage when he was out there working. And it's a lot of relatable stuff. And it's funny, like a lot of kind of mechanic. He was a mechanic, like a kind of that kind of theme
Hmm.
to it.
Working man music, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's life's hard, and so what?
Yep.
So I was thinking of this. So who is like the Cleveland Ted Nugent? You know what I mean? Like you think of Ted Nugent, you think he's from Motor City Madman, whatever, or
Probably like Neil Zaza, I think is still I think a big deal around here, but
yeah,
I'm not positive. I mean, dude, I don't know. Everybody that's from Cleveland left Cleveland and then got huge, you know what I mean?
okay,
Or
right on.
Ohio,
Where's the Black Keys from?
Akron.
Akron.
Yep.
Do you like the Black Keys?
Um,
Do you like
I
Dan Aykroyd?
I love Dan
Like that
Aykroyd
singer
and I love
Dan
Dan
Aykroyd.
Aykroyd and Ghostbusters and love Dan Aykroyd. I honestly I can't really get into them or like White Stripes stuff. I don't know why.
No, Black Keys and White Stripes.
I don't know, just the two-man thing. I know they're not doing that on tour and stuff, but
I saw him play at the what's the big theater in Cleveland? Zagora? No.
Uh, yeah, Agora, they fixed up the Agora. Like it's
Agora.
it's nice now.
I saw Dan Auerbach like solo tour, and he
Okay.
had like all these Nashville. He had like 8 people on stage, and that was really cool. And they're
Right.
all reading sheet music and flipping pages and shit.
Really?
Yeah,
No
the
way.
drummer, the drummer's like,
I mean,
wow.
that's the thing. It's funny because I still have like all the old like uh hometown rags and stuff, from when we were kids and stuff. And
Yeah.
there's still like, we're playing at this club and the one down the street, Black Keys is still playing that little tiny,
Oh, really?
yeah. And it's like, and I remember when they've really started getting a buzz, it was like right after I moved up here. And then they just, stratosphere. But I don't
I
know.
th
I don't think I've given
the only bad thing I could say about the Black Keys is they should play to a click track. That's the only.
really.
That's just live. Just
Okay.
kind of. I don't know. I'm one of those that's just watching the show. You can
Well,
you can pick out the musicians in the crowd. You're just like,
oh yeah.
okay, they all look like serial killers. Like they're all
But it's also, yeah, dude, but that's the same thing with like with certain like bands and stuff. It's like all music nerds that are there. Like saw Big Wreck in
oh yeah,
Cleveland when they came down from Canada, and it's all dudes, of course, and it's all
right,
musicians that are just like Ian's amazing, and
right.
it's like there's certain bands, and I can understand why, we don't go there to go, you know jump around and mosh and do
Right.
whatever. We
Oh, for
actually
sure.
go to enjoy the whole show and study, and at least
It,
I
well,
do.
it's like that meme of like this is how I feel at a concert, and it's a guy, all his football gear watching a football game,
Hmm. Which is, I mean, yeah, you probably could have played football too, though.
We opened for this is a funny story, and I'm not slamming Big Red because they're awesome. And yeah, the guy can play anything and sing anything.
But
But it was funny. It was funny because I've never seen it before. They're doing their sound check, and at the end of the sound check, there was applause, like recorded applause.
that was coming through the mains.
Yeah,
What?
like like does recorded applause generate? Is it like wagging the dog type thing? Where you're just like
Why would they need to do that though?
it's like it would be like having canned laughter.
Is it supposed as a joke, like between the sound guy and the band or something?
I don't. Maybe. Maybe I told too many people that story. You know what those do?
That's great though. Like if they really do that,
That would be a great idea because it's contagious, right?
right? It's like laughing. Those videos of like somebody just dying laughing, and then everybody
Right.
else, it makes
It's like
every.
watching Seinfeld, and you're just all the canned laughter. You couldn't do it. You couldn't pull it off in a coffee shop, though. You'd be like,
That might be even better though.
where are all these people?
Especially my shows, there's like, nobody there.
We love you, Chris.
Yeah, right.
Where'd that
Uh,
come from?
nah. How many people are in alter ego rehab right now then?
There is,
6?
I think there's 7, and plus Kevin. Um, so we're not playing this show with a trumpet player, but usually we have a trumpet player. Um, we got keys, we got Jen Reed on. I should say everybody's name. Um, Darren Curtis on drums, Johnny Neville on guitar, Phil Stewart on bass and mandolin, Jen Reed on keys, trumpet player, me, Kevin. There's 7 of us.
I'm so stupid. I should have worn my shirt.
Oh yeah.
I
Do you
should
want to hear a
have.
funny? Want to hear a funny story?
Sure,
There was like a water main break in my city, and
dude.
so this guy's walking around and he's like knocking on doors and nobody's like giving him an interview or whatever. So he knocks on my door and I come out. He's like, "Hey, would you mind talking about the water main break in the city and blah blah blah?" And he's like taking video of my street and stuff. I'm like, "Sure, let me go change my shirt." So I go
Yep.
inside. I put on the Alter Ego Rehab shirt for like 30 seconds. I'm on the up
Dude,
north. Up
I
North News.
I screen grabbed that when you
Oh, did you?
posted it to the news, and I was gonna like insert my own stuff, and then I was just like,
Local psycho.
oh my God, I'm not gonna do it. Randy will friggin' kill me. I don't know.
I, I would have laughed.
Maybe I still will then. Yeah, I remember when you posted that. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get him with this one. But
Nice.
so after, are you guys writing and recording new stuff right now? Because you released the one so
Yeah,
far,
yeah, we have the one LP, and then we did like uh
some singles,
five,
right?
I think, yeah, a bunch, like 4 or 5 singles. It's so much easier to do singles, and it's like, I don't know, it's just easier. Like, here's another one, we're done. Here's another one,
Well, I
instead of
think,
trying to.
I mean, and I don't think, I mean, the whole thought of buying albums is, kind of way the dodo too. I mean,
Right.
I still like to do albums just so I can, if I have a long drive, I can listen to one.
Sure.
But yeah, dude, it seems like singles are the way to go, or EPs even.
What albums can you listen to beginning to end?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Just recently I rediscovered Islander. Remember Islander from like I think they came out in like '08 or something, and then
Okay.
they put out like an awesome EP, awesome album, and their second album was just kind of eh. And then for some reason I went back and I looked them up, and the one from 2023 called Grammy nominated is just it's a masterpiece. It's
Really?
awesome. I mean, it's heavy, but just beautiful. They're kind of like baby Deftones, really.
Oh, okay.
I love Deftones, so
Yeah, I love the tones.
pretty much any
I always
Deftones
for,
out album.
yeah, people always ask me about my top 5, and I always forget Deftones, you know.
That's probably where they want you, because you know they don't. I don't think they've ever wanted to be like hugely popular. I mean,
Right,
I think they've wanted to do exactly what they've done and make a career and put
right,
out good albums and whatever they want. Because
right.
it's, I mean, I used to have arguments with my some of my bandmates where they were like, no, after White Pony, they were done. And it's like I feel they finally came into their own when Frank came in,
Right.
the DJ and the background guy. But that's just me.
White Pony's pretty sweet.
It is. I love it. I love every album they put out.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Maynard on it, and
yep,
that song's great.
Passenger.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Are you doing how many shows are you just kind of doing like bigger shows here and there then?
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, that's easier for me just because of where I'm located and where the band's located. And there's another band that they play in Detroit area called LC Binks. So everybody in that band is in my band.
Okay.
Um, so it was cool because everybody knows each other and they gel well together, can write together, and they're so easy to write with, though. That's what I like about it. It's just come down here and it's like within an hour, there's a song. Here's a demo, and then I take it back north and I write real words to it.
Did it used to be
Um,
that way with Core Effect or Cell 85, or was it kind of like
um,
just a couple you writing?
yeah, I think we were just trying to like perfect everything
A little
all the
too
time.
much, really?
I love those guys, man. Those are my brothers, and we're still friends and stuff. And I don't know. I think, we did all the things that we're supposed to do, and happens. And we're one of thousands of undiscovered bands,
Hmm.
and but
But
like when you like get to the point of like you feel like you deserve that, I deserve to be on this stage, or it's your ego taking over, and that's what this is. This is the opposite of that.
yeah,
So
and that's the main. I'm just happy you're still doing doing music, man.
yeah, because you got to do it because you like it, and it's
Exactly.
and the thing is, I'll release it when the song's done. You know, um, it's not done yet. I'm going to work on this a little bit more. Now it's done. I'm going to release it.
Well, that's the hard part too, as musicians, artists, is when do you say it's done? You got to put the lid on it. I wonder if people realize that that's sometimes where you don't want to perfect it to a point. You know what I mean? At least
Yeah,
me. I mean, I'm all about honestly, I most of the time I should probably go back and double check things because I'm not that good. So I just put tons of stuff out. You know what I mean? Like it's most of the time I'll cut a guitar track and then do another one just in case there's a mess up or a mess up that I didn't realize. But I don't
Well,
know.
but you're good at what you do. It's not it's great. You know,
I don't know about that, but
I think it's good.
well, thanks,
People on
pal.
Boys Blank. I'm telling you, people in remote parts of the world know who you are.
Well,
Anyway, we should write a song sometime.
all right. What are you recording on? You doing Pro Tools or you
Yeah.
doing Logic? Okay. All right. Let's do it.
Um, yeah.
Let's do it tonight.
The that band. Remember the postal system? That
Postal Service.
postal ser. Yeah. Remember the postal system? USPS, no, the
Yeah,
Postal Service. Yeah, that's how they got their name. It was that they were physically mailing stuff back and
right.
forth.
Because it's the one guy from what is it? Wilco and
Oh, is
another
that who
guy,
that? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
or maybe it was Death Cab or something,
Oh, yeah. No, it's Death Cab.
right?
No,
Anyway, we're
they
both
sound
right.
like they sound like them. Sounds like
I can't
them.
even remember what the song was. I just remember I got so sick of it in 2004. Or, you know what I mean? I thought, oh,
Great heights,
such great, got such
such great
great height.
heights.
Yep. Holy crap! I haven't thought about that for a long time,
Now you have.
that's how
You-
cool is that? Think about that. Like since we've been doing music, like the technology that's changed and grown. It's like, and I want you to do vocals on one of my covers that I've recorded
Oh,
too.
cool,
I have no
cool.
idea which one. I'll send you the list and just let you pick because
Okay.
I actually started doing it during COVID.
Oh no.
Sent them out and stuff, and but honestly, not too many people sent me stuff back. They just flaked out, and
Oh really?
yeah.
Yeah. Send me the
So
list, dude.
I will. I will do that. But I'll write a song too, though. Have guest spots on everything, brother. I mean, I'm kind of in the middle of recording. I don't know how many albums right now. I don't
That's
know.
awesome.
I don't know. What was it? What was your favorite like memory of a show that you ever had so far?
Rage Against the Machine Woodstock. That's the best. The '99 Woodstock. Um, that was crazy.
Okay.
That was just
What day was that?
uh,
Saturday?
that was the day before the fires.
Okay.
We left on, I don't know, somebody had to leave in my group, so we left like
It's a
Sunday
good
morning.
thing. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
like we're all bummed because we had to leave, and then like there was no, we didn't have smartphones then, and
Right.
that was just like get back home. Everyone's like, "Are you okay?" Like,
Yeah.
what?
What happened? Same thing happened. Like I was supposed to go to Alrosa the night Dimebag got shot or
Oh
killed,
no!
and it started snowing, and my buddy and I were like, yeah, let's just walk up to the
Wow!
bar, walk up to the bar instead.
Wow!
So
Oh shit!
pretty wild, man. Yeah, man. What's like your favorite memory of your own um, playing out? I mean, that's the thing. How many hundreds of shows like have we both done? It's not an easy
Um,
thing, probably.
like we had an opening. We were opening for Seether at the Fillmore in Detroit.
Nice.
That was, but I mean, that's probably the biggest show I've ever played. We were, I think we played like whatever 7 to 7:45,
Right.
and they came on 8:30 or something, or
But you were like direct support,
people
huh?
are walking in. No, oh no, no, that's right. We played 7 to 7. There was Billy Howardell's band. Um,
Perfect circle.
yeah, he was the band after us, and then I think Cedar didn't go on to 9 or something, like
Wow. That's a
maybe
good show to
9:30.
be on, though, man.
But it was like that at the time. That was my favorite band. So you're opening for your favorite band.
Yeah.
I mean, there was people walking in while we're playing. So, but just
Mm.
to do that, I don't know. They're still kind of one of my favorites.
Okay.
But I think that's probably the biggest show we've played.
What did they put? Have they put anything out in the last couple of years?
I don't know. It's like again one of those friends, you know.
We haven't seen you for 10 years, but I could call you tomorrow
Right.
and
Yeah.
you know it's Randy.
Right. Yeah. I don't know where they're at in the world.
That's all
Um,
good, man.
no, I think they're touring every summer. You
Another
know, it's every.
well,
But I think
didn't
that
Corey Lowry join the band? I mean, is from well, he was in Dark New Day, and it's Clint from Seven Dust Brother. I think he's in
oh
Seether now.
oh really? I
Because
like
there,
that Dark New Day was great.
what was the other band he was in with Brad from Cleveland? I Empire.
Okay.
They were great too. But yeah,
Uh,
he was. I talked to him about possibly mixing the first batch of Critic City stuff, but we didn't have the money to do it.
oh, okay.
But
That music, I used to love it, you know, like that Breaking Benjamin and but I don't really dig it anymore, you know. I don't know why. It's age.
yeah, I suppose. I mean, I don't. I find myself kind of skipping a lot of that stuff too, if
Right.
it because I usually listen to stuff on shuffle. But I don't know. I went back and I've rediscovered bands that I'm kind of mad I never. I'll probably appreciate the Black Keys and the White Stripes in 5, 10 years, right? No, I'm
Did,
serious. Like I found like bands from the '80s and stuff that I was like, what? Why aren't they huge? And like, I going back to Islander, that I love the album. It's great. And
do you know the band Failure?
I don't know if this would be posted, but Kelly played drums on one of my cover songs.
Oh no,
Yeah, dude.
really?
Failure's awesome.
No,
Yeah.
wow.
I mean, I can't. I'm not gonna release it for quite a while, but I'll send it to you just so you can hear it. But it
Like a
turned
lot of
out
people, that's a band that a lot of people don't know, you know.
it's another musician band for
Right,
sure.
right. And then they released something that within the last few years.
It's good.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
it's real.
really
Yeah, but like the product, it's like, you
yeah.
know, modern production and
Because I think
whatever.
everybody, it's I don't even know what it's got, like a cell on the cover or something. It's got Cell 85 on the cover. You know what is Cell 85? It was a jail cell, or just you're like it's a cool number.
I was just doing somebody a favor. No, I was helping out. I don't know. They had that name before. Um,
Oh, before you joined?
yeah, I think it was supposed to be Al Capone's cell number. And then we've looked it up,
Oh, okay.
and then I don't think that was right. So
It's good enough. It flows off the tongue good,
I,
right?
I don't know. It was
Did you start on guitar or did you because I mean I most of the bands, you know, Cell
I was
85 and Core
yeah,
Effect, you're a bass player, singer.
yeah. I always played bass. I don't know. My hands were too big.
But you're not
Whatever.
really playing bass in Alter Ego, are you? You're just singing,
No,
right?
just singing.
That's what I thought.
I wanted to be a better singer, you know, and then you know, playing bass and singing is like, you know, doing algebra and, you know, singing. You're just like, you
Doing
got this
algebra and singing.
scowl on your face and you're thinking too hard and you're like, why are you so mad? You know, I'm like, I'm not mad, I'm thinking, you know, and you know what I mean? It's like spinning plates, you know, and I just wanted to focus on being a better singer.
But that's the thing. Like I always loved like your lower register. I mean, I can't get that
Thanks.
low. Like personally, I felt like when you were doing, I don't know, when you guys were mixing and matching the leads from the low to the
Right.
high, I thought that was really coming into you.
It's hard to like do that in a rock band, like a hard rock band, you know,
Right.
without the music just, you know, going over you. Where it's like more Americana, country-ish, whatever.
You can get away with different lead
You can
singers.
well, you can build around your voice. People can actually hear me, you know what I mean?
Right.
Or instead
Right.
of just buried in the mix because I'm
Yeah.
so low, you know. Uh,
I've always wanted to be the harmony guy and just play rhythm and sing harmony, you know, but it's like I never really ever got a chance, or I've always been forced to be the friggin' singer, and that's the whole reason I never went anywhere with any of my projects is because my voice is not, I don't think, good
I
enough
think everybody
for.
hates their voice and gets sick of their voice after, like the sound of your own voice after a while. You're like, do people even like this? You just.
Well, that's
I
why.
think I'm like, I wish I had a higher range. Like, I wish I had a higher range. People with the high range wish I wish I could get that low. You know what I mean?
Right.
And there's always something, but it's like the whole thing of, if you tell a fish, if you judge a fish on its ability to climb a tree, it'll always think it's a failure. It's like that's not what it's for. This is your lane.
Yeah,
This is what you do well right here.
I suppose. I don't. That's it.
I'd like to be better. I'd like to.
I think that's a win as long as you don't just settle because you think you're great. I mean,
Right.
as long as you want to keep getting better, I think that's the right path to take. Because anybody that boasts about being, I mean, that's the thing. I was a dumb kid and I should have shut my mouth, and I regret most of my past and my youth and everything. But you know what I mean? It's like, back then it was just like, you got to talk this big game to, project it, and then
Right.
people will believe it. And looking back, and I'm just like, I just wish I would have been nicer to everyone. You know
No,
what
I
I
get
mean?
it. I get it.
I don't know. But like you said, yeah, just trying to get better and trying to, I don't know, get whatever's inside of us out of us.
The other people in my bandmates, I think that's what they're called. Um, they can all sing, so it's cool. Like so there's no if I want this, like Jen can do like opera,
Right.
it's just like, so if you ever want that Chili Peppers, under the bridge down, like she can sing anything. She's got we had Thornetta Davis. She came in for she sang on the Get By song that we have. Like she was on Kid Rock's Wasting Time. Like
Hmm.
she's that chorus of Wasting Time. And she was great. She came in and she was done in like 10 minutes when she did it. Um, but we needed that soulful voice. So her name's Jen. So her name's Janetta in that song. Bring out that Janetta.
Did she, was it a favor, or did you have to actually, did she do like a
Costed.
paid session?
Yeah, it was a paid.
Okay.
But it was like in 10 minutes she did like 3 takes and they were all keepers, and
Dude, it's,
that's
it's
what you want, right? Like instead
exactly.
of like
Well,
painstakingly, let's
yeah,
do this word.
but that's what's cool too, is that somebody else coming in and adding that little flavor where it's just you wouldn't be able to get
Yeah,
otherwise. I wouldn't be able to get. I mean, it's like my second solo album, we were tossing around the idea, let's put a sax on this one song. I haven't heard a sax since 1989, I don't
yeah,
think. But my dude knew a sax player came in. I think he was like $100 or $150 to do, a couple takes, and
right.
it was fun.
Great.
But
Well, that's the thing is, like, we have a hard time. We had a trumpet player for about a year, but finding that I don't run in those circles,
right.
in the winded circles.
Well, does every song have a trumpet part? You know?
There was
Yeah.
five trumpet. We had a sax in one. We did "Love Is the Drug." Um,
What was the cover you sent me a little while ago?
uh, so Let's Dance.
Yes. Yes.
Um,
I'll put that. I'm gonna put everything in the links and bio
oh,
and
cool.
everything too. So, I mean, I kind of look at it like this. I get to hang out and chat with my buddy for a
Yeah,
little
no, this
while,
is
but
great. This is exactly
also
what I.
if one or two people check out your stuff, that's a win, in my opinion. So,
Yeah, it's like I got to do this interview, and I'm like, well, it's not an interview. We're just shooting
right,
the. This would be no different than a phone conversation, right?
right.
That's what it should feel like.
But nobody uses the phone anymore.
Like instead of this formal, what did you think about whatever?
How many songs are you guys gonna put on the new release? Do you know? Do you set a goal,
Dude,
or you're just gonna
I've
write a
got
lot?
there's like 11 songs that I have to just record my vocals on, like just to do
But
it. So
they
we
already
could
got, no way.
release an album, but I
Just
don't
put 10
know.
on and make it an album. Whatever. 10 and an album.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if people are gonna listen to everything, you know? Maybe if I did like three, three, and three or something, or just we always have content, you know what I mean? Like instead,
Right.
because if you blow all 10 at once, then you're not.
That's exactly right. That's kind of the way of the world right now too, it seems like, because I've been putting one of these out every week and I've been getting some decent views, but I mean, you're number 13, I think, that I've done.
13.
Yeah. But I mean, it just the whole time to do it, you know what I mean?
Right.
This is the best part, the great part.
Right. Oh, the
Going back,
editing and
editing it and making
right.
sure, you know, it's just I don't know. I never wanted to be that content guy, you know what I mean? But it is what it is.
But I mean, the content's fun, you
That's
know.
at least it's this, and it's not like hey, brushing my teeth, or combing my hair. And I don't know. That type of stuff is I just have no
What's wrong
interest
with
in.
people, man? What's wrong with them? I,
Everybody,
I hope everybody listens to the podcast. Just stop watching that. Like it's like so weird. Like if we live in a society of that we have to show everything that we're doing, and
I
what
think
we're
it's deep
what we're
down.
eating.
Well, that's
Every
the
we're all a star. You know,
well, I think that's the thing though. Musicians, why do we do it? Because we have to.
We-
But it's also
but we entertain people. It would be like watching a painter do his painting.
I would
Oh,
watch
that's
that
it.
too.
That's interesting. The people that do the fast painting with two hands.
Right,
I watch that shit all day.
right.
They're creating an art that we're watching. It's not a
I
waste of
don't
time. And
I don't understand the ones that are just showing their face with somebody else's content
and then they're
behind them.
like,
Yeah, they're like, "Mm." I don't understand the reaction videos at all. I really don't, but I don't know. People
flipping the
seem to
bottle
like it.
over,
People
flipping
seem
the
to like
bottle
it.
over, trying to land it flat. Okay.
I don't know, pal. We're
But
just getting to be cranky old men, I guess.
yeah, is that? I mean, that's what the thing is. Like, am I just old now? And it's just that's what I sound like. But it's not art anymore. I mean, that's not art. What we're doing is art. I guess is my point.
I don't know, man. I do agree because to a point, but then you have to also look at it like it's obviously entertaining quite a big mass of people that I never got a chance to entertain. So,
Yeah,
and I don't know if that just means that, the attention span is shorter or different or what. I just, I mean, I do agree with you to a point, but I also think that like everything changes and everything will change. So I think we just got to do what we do and kind of not give a, you know
yeah.
what I mean?
I don't give a.
You're mad, man. Old man yells at cloud.
But I think like what if
Uh-oh.
an hour,
I'm sorry you froze up, Randy.
maybe I shouldn't say it.
That was
That was the universe be like, you got shut the fuck up.
that was your sign.
Yeah, it was my sign. What were we talking about? Rainbows?
Yes, rainbows and goodness and puppies and kitties.
Yeah. Um, no, just like the whole dopamine rush that people get from
Yeah.
that, like if you're dating some hot chick and she gets 2,000 likes an hour, how is telling her she's beautiful
Ever gonna compare?
ever gonna compare?
Right?
Like, look at I'm having an argument over here. That's okay. 7,000 people love me.
Right.
Ass, you know.
Well, that might be your answer right there then. Like, you know,
So how do you write, dude? Tell me how. I never asked you this. What's your process like?
um,
Do you get songs in your head all the time? You hear the turn signal and you're like, bum, 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 bum.
no,
No?
no, I'm I'm kind of I'm kind of forceful like when it comes to well, I have so many songs I've already written and recorded that I need to do vocals for.
Okay.
So I'm good for a while, but there just happens to be like a day or something. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna write a song today. and I literally will pretty much write and record the guitar song on in Pro Tools, in 15 minutes, and then go back, and then
Like, how do you make your melodies?
honestly, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I make sure the music's all totally done before I even attempt to write any lyrics or melodies or anything. But
How,
but
how do you make your melodies?
um I don't know. Honestly, I have like my notes app is just totally full of like
Right.
lyric ideas and all this and that, and then I'll just kind of play back the song, and then if something jumps out at me, I'll kind of run with that. If that's, you know what I mean?
Do you do it like
That'll be the
more?
theme.
Do you, do you do it like more like lyrics leading than like melody leaning, or do you?
It just I don't
But I mean, you don't write the same song. You don't write songs the same way every time. Some are
I don't know,
unless
man. Honestly, I just whatever somehow uh the lightning strikes, that's what I go with. And I usually the my first
first thing.
instinct is what I go
Right.
with. There's only been a few songs in my whole life that I've
Right.
gone back and tried to write different lyrics or different melody, but to be honest, those were band related, where the
Right.
guys didn't like,
This
or
part,
didn't
that
think it
part.
was up to par. So I was like, all right, I'll try something different. Like, but honestly, most everything I do on my own is
Usually your first thing is the best thing that you can do for that song. Even if it's not good, that's the best thing you would put out. You know what I mean?
well, and
But
I'm still looking to put something good out, but no, but like it's weird though, because I'll go and I'll make myself, sit down, and once I write a song, I'll write an album in that sitting, in that
no,
2 nights, or not,
wow.
I'm sorry, 2 hours. I'll write an album
Wow.
somehow. And it'll be anything from, but that's the thing though. I'll do, say I'm doing a heavy song, then I'll do a mellow song or a folk song, and then I'll do a pop song. And then I kind of always, it's just everything's accidental, or maybe it's not. I don't know. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right.
Uh, and literally, I dug out my old, since we moved, I found my old bin of cassettes, like my 4-track recordings. I wrote and recorded like 1,000 songs, like when
No,
I was a teenager,
wow.
and I'm sure most of them are shit, but I thought it might be a fun thing to add to my channel, where I show the original, like
Oh, that's cool.
two guitars, but then I actually re-record it and uh and actually try to make it a good song.
Well, that's cool.
But I don't know if I will, because it's too time consuming.
A lot
So
of work, man.
it's a lot of work, brother.
Like even the songs in my phone, I'm just like, I don't want to delete everything,
Do
but
you do
there's
like down 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 down, like, do you do stuff like that? Because I do once in a while.
it's great. Yeah. I'm playing drums on the steering wheel.
Right, like that. Like there's a story, like it was like Chris Cornell was, he had the riff for, I don't know, Fell on Black Days
Right.
or something, and he got in the car with his buddy, but he says, "Don't say a word to me until we get to the practice
Yeah, can you
space," or something.
imagine back in the day when you couldn't record like as freely as we can now? Now you got to
Right.
remember. It's like
Yeah.
remembering people's phone numbers, and.
Dude, nobody knows anybody's phone.
I
We're
know
we're
my
screwed if the grid goes down. Everybody's screwed, man.
like not a clue. I wouldn't know how
Right.
to call you.
I'd
Trying to
find you, pal.
I'd send a carrier pigeon.
Hell yeah. Well, Randall, thank you for joining me. I'm
Hey,
gonna let you
Rattle.
go. Randall, thank you, brother. It's good to see you, man, for
Same here,
real. And
man.
I do appreciate you. And everybody check out Ultra Ego Rehab. Put the links and everything below. And you got practice tonight, right? For the show next
Yeah,
week.
yeah. What
Which
time is it in Cleveland? What? There's no clock in here.
it's about 4:57 right
I
now.
think we're close to that too.
Well, thank you,
But
Randall. I miss you,
thanks, man.
brother. I
Miss you
need to
too,
make it
man.
up there sometime, and I don't know, just hang out and get silly
Yeah,
like the old
dude.
days, man.
Dude, if you ever want to come to the island, it's a free vacation, man. Just come up.
I do.
All right.
Thank you, Randy Riddle
All right.
from
Thanks, bud.
Alter Ego Rehab. I'm Chris. Check me out. ChrisDonleyMusic.com, lovelag.com, all that good stuff. So thanks, buddy. We'll
Hey,
see
buddy.
you soon.
I'll see you, man.
Bye, pal.
See ya.